you're not able to leave because of your
Well,
situation.
who's oppressing you?
Well, I'm not saying it's like any one person's fault. I think it's an oppression by the societal system, by the economy, by the patriarchy.
Well, so should women just abandon their children if they're not happy
I'm
being
not-
mothers? Well, then they're being. What's the solution to the oppression?
I don't know what the exact solution to the oppression is, but I do think women are still oppressed in modern society because so many women cannot afford. Forget the children for a minute, although that is part of it. So many women do not. I see it at my office all the time where people are in situations where they're not being treated well, they're emotionally or physically abused, and they don't feel like they have the means to leave.
Well, yeah, that's wrong. That's obviously wrong. But I mean, I'm not even sure acknowledging that, of course, like physical abuse, emotional abuse, other kinds of abuse are wrong. I don't know. That's not what I would characterize as oppression.
Okay.
Like when I'm thinking of oppression, I'm thinking of like the government is oppressing you. You
Well,
know?
I
You're
think,
not only oppressed by the government, though.
well, Brian might disagree, and the chat's probably going to disagree, and this is
I'm sure.
another libtarded take, but I do kind of think women are a little bit oppressed. I know that sounds.
What the fuck?
Fight.
I know that sounds insane to be like.
You got to read Rachel Wilson's book.
But this is why I believe, and Rachel and I have debated this stuff because she calls me the simp on a blimp.
Oh, shit.
Women have been oppressed by society to make them kill their baby, and that's why so many women have abortions. That's due to oppression. So that because of the oppression, that's why so many women are motivated to kill their baby so callously. And I think abortion, if women weren't oppressed so much, there'd be a lot less abortion. So, yeah, I do think that women are oppressed.
Because the abortion thing?
Just like society encourages them to not have a baby. They tell them it'd be better if their baby was dead than be a poor baby. So yeah, I think women have it harder than men in certain circumstances. So I do think women face oppression.
I see. Okay, interesting.
Because of society.
Be more brainwashing.
That's what I'm saying. Women are brainwashed, and oppressed by society. That it's okay to just
We're
have.
very easily brainwashed.
Yeah, so I do, and I feel like women are more vulnerable than men, so they're easier to oppress. So
Women are more vulnerable than men.
and I think black women, and I'm not trying to make it about black, are even the most oppressed because they lead the
Filipino,
part Filipino.
Don't forget that.
Black women actually lead the league in abortion. They've killed more young black women through that oppression, through convincing other black women to have abortions. And that's what kills the most women is actually abortions, because some of those babies, half of them are going to be women. So people don't even realize that women are oppressing their own people, their own other women, by having the abortion.
And I think just the fact that women have to fight 10 times or if not 50 times harder for their rights and their voices to be heard, that is oppression. The fact that choices are being made by a man such as Donald Trump and all these other people, is that not oppression? Why is a man telling a woman what to do with her body, when to do it, all these different things? That's not up for a man's choice to make, and that itself is
Are you talking
oppression.
about abortion or?
Just in general.
Well, I'm doing the opposite. You and I actually have opposite viewpoints. I think that the fact that you're letting them kill their baby and convince them to do it is evil and sick.
I'm not saying abortion. I'm just saying in general, just the fact that women's rights have been a topic for men. That is oppression. That's for
which
a woman.
ones though? Which
Just
rounds?
since the beginning of time, abortion, non-abortion, whatever you guys want to label it as. I'm just simply saying, regardless if you're Democrat or Republican, I'm not trying to get political about it. I'm just simply saying, why is a man telling a woman what to do with her body? Is that not oppression?
Well, I don't think men want to. Men don't want to tell women. First of all, men do not want to tell women what to do with their bodies. But I just think the men that are pro-life want the baby to have that choice. They value the baby's life just as much as a woman. The reason why I'm anti-abortion, because if a pregnant woman gets hit by a drunk driver, they charge the drunk driver with a double homicide if she's pregnant. So according to the law, that is a life. And I think that life should be protected. Now, I understand how women are well, I'm not going to be able to financially afford this baby. But most people are having abortions out of convenience because they cannot afford to have the baby. That's the majority. In the instance of rape and incest, I think abortion is okay in that instance.
Absolutely.
But that's the only instance, and I don't really like it in that instance. But of course, rape and incest, that's a horrible situation. But that's not what is happening. What is happening, the mass majority of people that are getting abortions are doing it purely for convenience. And that is wrong. And that's why I don't like it. So I don't think it's really people trying to tell people what to do with their body. They're trying to protect the bodies that can't speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Also, Taylor, you're Gen Z, right? Or are you, wait, Gen Z?
I am Gen Z.
You're Gen Z? I saw a stat that 1/3 of Gen Z was aborted.
Oh yeah, I think it's even more than that.
Really?
Yeah, the amount because you
Damn.
gotta ask ChatGPT for all the right numbers because I'm not good with numbers and remembering. But the amount, Brian, like the U.S. population should be like triple or something. It's something crazy. The population should be so much higher because people our age, our generation, have had the lowest amount of kids, I think, ever. And that's why, like I was talking about earlier, when like we talk about racism and like people want to blame white, but like globally, white people are less than 8% of the population and shrinking dramatically. So it's like everybody has a different perspective. You know, Indian people feel like they're oppressed, black people feel like they're oppressed. You know, everybody feels like they're oppressed because probably everybody.
Between 22 to 30%.
Nick, a couple things. In the research tab, we got Alex in dreads. In the research tab. And there's another thing in Discord I want you to pull up. Do this first. It's the research tab. You're going to go to miscellaneous. And then you're going to scroll halfway up. There's like an anime. I don't know, it's just interesting. There's an anime thing that it's like a guy in glasses. Do you see it? Misc. And then you're going to scroll like halfway up, and you got it?
And then, I'm sorry, can you say the last part one more time? Scroll halfway up.
There's like an anime thing where it's next to like a circle graph. Yeah, just pull that one up. Men killing 1 billion people in wars over all of human history. Women killing 1.3 billion people via abortion since 1980. And then tab over to the next one. United States deaths. Roe v. Wade, and then Civil War, World War II, World War I, Vietnam War, Korean War. Yep.
Is this
Accurate? Yes.
Yes, and half of those people that were killed were women.
wow?
And half
Yeah.
of those were men.
Yeah.
That's how math works.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how math works there.